Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get him away from that child. What is he? Is that your? Is that the father? What's going on here? Alright, how you guys doing? It's the reviewcell.com, and right now we're playing a little game I call Chris Hansen Early Years. We're looking for the people who took the child. And we are trying to find them. Where's the man who took the children? Where is he right now? We got drugs and misuse and abuse. Alright, what we're really doing here is we're playing a little bit of Silent Hill Shattered Memories. It's a game for the Wii. You control by using the Wii remote in a very, you know, intuitive way. You get to actually feel like you're using this little flashlight. As you can see, I'm just joking around and throwing it around, but it's really useful and enjoyable just to use and see that the lighting effects that the Wii itself could do. You see that? I moved to the side a little bit. You see the shadow move itself. This game is supposed to be a thriller, but a lot of the thrill goes away because mostly it's just like loud noise scares and slightly moving things in the distance. You're really right now looking for your daughter. You got out of a car crash, and I'll show some of that later. And what happens is we're at the school right now trying to find her, because where else would she be? At a school, you know, she's my daughter. You can hear the airy music come on. Something might be coming at us. Keep your eyes peeled. And what do we do whenever you hear airy noises and we investigate? That's what we do. As you can see, this isn't for the light of heart at this moment. So what we want to do is take our iPhone out and, you know, totally tweet this little picture we have here. Isn't that interesting? A bunch of bullies, maybe. Whenever we see those little things like that, you want to take your iPhone out, or whatever this is, Samsung Galaxy, I don't know, whatever your favorite phone is, and you want to take a picture of it, because then you can actually get unlockables. You get to listen to a voicemail. And what's really intuitive about this game is you can listen through your actual Wii remote. You put the Wii remote to your head. You've probably seen this in other games like what's that game called? It's one of the games I'm going to review later. It's just on the tip of my tongue. Oh yes, No More Heroes whenever an assassin comes in to fight you. Anyway, we're going to listen to that. Yeah, so you get those little airy voice messages in this crackly tone because the bad quality of the actual Wii itself, when it has to do with making sound effects. But it actually works in a good way because you want to have that crackly voice sound. You want to make it feel more genuine. So it's like they used something that's bad and made it good just because of how bad it is. So we're just taking a look around. Most of the game you're going to be looking through, trying to find a puzzle, trying to solve something, solve the mystery. So you'll be opening this door, picking up this can, and bringing it somewhere to open some other door you couldn't get before. At this moment, it's not a game I can just show you a lot of action in, but it's really a really genuinely good vibe to it. There's no physical ability to actually shoot someone, so you always know that you can die. You can die pretty easily, but you're never going to have to fight anyone outside of these specific sections. I'll show you the section right now, actually. You see the blueness? It tells you you're about to do a chase section. Those blue doors. It means you're being chased at some point. Well, more like you should be. You'll start seeing the actual environment turn to ice for chasing sections, so you don't have to worry too much. And as you can see, I can slowly open the door, creep in, just peek and see what's in there. The only problem with the game is you lose out on the fear factor, because really nothing's going to hurt you at these points. You know you're safe until you see that effect where everything turns kind of bluish. It's a very nice open world too, and you get to do and see a lot of things. This is one of the puzzle sections. Later on you would figure out you have to use this. You can actually pick up the items and use your Wii remote and kind of tilt them a specific direction. What we're trying to do is make numbers on the shadows. So they're using the light effect very well. Right now I can kind of connect them together and make the number 8, as you see. I can go over here and try, as you will. Let's see if I can get this right. Oh boy. Let's try this again. Like number 6 is trying to make it the number 6. Come on, buddy. Alright, so you see the number 8465. What we're going to do, 8465, if I can get my camera set back up. Alright, maybe he just wants to fool around with his Come on, buddy. This ain't a game. You think this is a game? We can go over here.
Unlock somewhere else.
Oh boy, this is not working. You can also obviously call people if you feel like it. There's a host of data you can use on your cell phone. You can save it at pretty much any time besides the running sections. You can view some of the pictures you've taken. And adjust your settings itself. As you can see, the graphics itself, they're pretty great. This is a sequence that is actually further along in the game, but it has a nice story. It's you'll get very into it since it's so realistic from a point of the perspective that it's like your characters, it feels human. They actually feel like they're just searching for their daughter and they're desperately in the search for her. And the world's changing around them. The only thing I can say is it's kind of weird when he has this strange reaction to things. At a moment he'll be scared, but later in the game he's just, okay, it's this sequence again. I'm gonna run away from these demon-like creatures and go on about my business. Because he really just, it seems like he's not really reacting as much as a normal person would. I believe if I was running away from a bunch of demons, no matter how many times I see them, I'm gonna be scared, crazy. I'm gonna want to grab one of the police officers to help me out, to fight them off, because they just get sicker and sicker throughout the game. And one more thing I should say, first of all, this is the guy you're going to be talking to a lot. He's going to be doing the, I should say, analysis on your character, because the things you tell him, he'll respond to, and it'll change the way the game looks. So if, for example, when he tells you to draw a picture of a house, the color you paint the house will change the color of the house in the game. Or if you say that you're a womanizer and you get friends easily, the people you meet will change their personality and how they look. Maybe the police officer will come in and they'll have their clothes scantily dressed. Or vice versa, you could be a very, to yourself, introverted person, and there'll be a different character entirely that will come up to you. People might even react to you differently. They'll be angry and hostile depending on what you told him. during his psychological analysis. I know it's a lot to take in at this point, but you'll easily smooth yourself into the game, and it's a very new way of handling things. It's been done in other games to a certain degree, but I like how they did it here. You can even change the ending to the story. There's several different endings.
That's fine. We can start now.
This is the beginning when it's not a spoiler, you get into a little accident. Oh, buddy. Someone needs to learn how to drive. Oh, what a party. Look at this guy. He's like, yeah, crazy party. One thing you notice, his daughter was not in that car. He's gonna go crazy looking for this daughter of his, but apparently she was not in your car when you were driving, buddy. Come on. Because she wouldn't just jump out the car and disappear, would she? Or would she? Uh-oh.
I'm glad you came. Just turning up shows your commitment to the process.
Another thing is,
Good.
it's Valentine's Day, and I'm putting this on
The other therapist didn't work out for you.
because it's the complete opposite of Valentine's Day. It's a scary little game, and all the lovey mushy stuff is not in it at all. So if you are the Valentine's type, I'm sorry.
We go back to the start.
Alright. Sometimes he wants you to say yes or no with the Wii Remote,
Take a look at this short.
which is kind of hard right now because my Wii Remote is
I promise it's the
not
only one
reacting
you'll see
correctly.
during your therapy.
Alright, there we go. He wants me to look down.
Try to answer truthfully. It's easier that way.
Another thing is, the voice acting is great. The characters move their mouths correctly. I'm just gonna, whatever, I'm not really reading these. Actually, maybe I should. I'm gonna be very hostile. I'll just put anything and forget it.
Never cheated on a partner, really?
So you can say no.
Okay.
Oops. I said yes by mistake. You wag your head, say no.
Let's get started then.
Alright, so now that we've got out the car and found our everlasting battery for our everlasting flashlight, which never runs out no matter what you do, we run over here. We have the run button, which is done by the Z. You'll need that later on because your character decides when and when he doesn't want to run as fast as he can. The more he panics, the faster he runs. So right now he's just doing his leisurely stroll about the park. Leisurely stroll. In the creepiest looking place around, he decides it's good to just stroll. You can turn your light off too. I wouldn't recommend it because the game is meant to... haven't played this for a while, people. Meant to be played, you know, with this idea that you don't know what's going on specifically unless it's in front of you. Otherwise, if you turn it off, it'll just be completely dark.
Sweetie.
You can press the A button to kind of yell for your daughter. You can do things like walk into the woman's bathroom, and you'll see things on the wall change depending on what you said in the actual information you told him earlier. Right now, he probably thinks I'm a womanizer, so it has womanizing things. Alright. You can go into the girls' bathroom. And this will be manipulating what your game is like and what he tells you later on. A bit of Wii motion functions done right here. You actually have to grab the thing, pull it up, and open the door. So, as I said, I really enjoy this game. You have this huge town to run through, and you're kind of on rails, to tell you the truth. The town looks huge and looks like you can do a lot, but you can't really go in certain spots, and it kind of leads you down the right path to where you need to go. A little more of the puzzle elements you'll find in the game. It also works nicely that they use the idea that there's a snowstorm to block off your path to the rest of the city, so you feel like it's a real world, but you're closed off so you don't get too confused of where to go. But one thing, as you can see, my police officer is very, well dressed because of the things I said before. In other playthroughs, she might have blush on or something else. But one of the things I have to say is later in the game, it gets very, very hard, and some of the responsive controls, because you need to actually use the wiggle of the Wii remote, and it's not very responsive at all. When you're running away from those creepy looking whatever they are, you're gonna try to push them off of you, and it does help that it's hectic and you feel like you're actually scared and you need to run away. You're pushing so hard and all that stuff, but it's so unresponsive. It just becomes a chore, and then later on the game gets so hard that because often they'll just all jump on you and you'll be stuck in spots just because of the Wii remote's controls. That's the biggest fault I can say with this game. As you see, this woman's very angry at me because of what I said in the psychological analysis. But for a Wii game, as you can see, it's very good.
Sure hope you weren't drinking before you had your crash.
So lastly, everyone's favorite section, the running section.
Cheryl? Sweetie, you okay? Are you at home? Sweetie, wait there. Wait for me. Is somebody with you? Cheryl, coming to get you.
When you hear bad sounds, you better run. I've seen horror movies before. Uh-oh, uh-oh. It's not a good time the Wii remote should stop. This does not look good. So as you can see, this town is freezing on me. And this means it's time to run. You want to find a section that's open, mostly a blue door. And you want to run like crazy. This is where the thriller comes out of it. If the game actually had this type of thing happen any time in the game, it would be a lot scarier. But only sections like this will have you running, which takes away a lot of the fear of just walking around normally. And what more can I say? The game's music is very good. It's ambient noises that you hear and, jump scares. What was that? Don't look at me. Alright, you want to find the blue doors. Find the blue doors. Or anything. Please do not. You can glance behind yourself to slow yourself down and get caught. I usually don't glance behind myself unless I really want, to carry on the illusion. You hear that sound, that's this eerie sound, that means that the things that you're running from are very close. So you want to start running. Turning off your light kind of helps. Shaking your Wii remote to jump over ledges and stuff a little faster helps too. Right now, I am about to get attacked. I can actually I can hide in here so that they can't get me. And leave when they're gone. Oh crap. So what you want to do is you want to frantically throw your Wii remote in a direction and hope that it decides to actually work. He jumps on his own, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Come on, go, open it. as you can see, he decides to run like he's going through a leisurely stroll. And at this point, the Wii Remote will get unresponsive and you will not be able to do anything. He'll show some kind of effect where he's in pain, and it means he's about to die. This flare will stop anyone from coming after you for a short time, but you want to, save those. So we're almost there. We're almost past. It's sometimes hard to tell where you need to go, but it's mostly just go down the straight path almost. And there we go. We won. We got that little section. So if you enjoyed what you saw and you think that this is your type of game, I feel personally you should get this game. It's very airy, but the beginning is very fun. I feel like the later sections get too hard, in my opinion, and the controls can be lacking.
It's good.
Yep, so, there's a lot of nice little elements you can draw. Isn't that great? Let's make this whole house orange. And make them yellow. Everything else is blue. So what this is going to do is actually edit the game and how the surroundings look like I told you. And let's go back.
You're finished.
Yep, we're done.
What a lovely
I don't want to look at you, you're mean.
Is your home like this?
So if you can remember the colors, you will see them on this house in front of me. Orange, purple car. Very ugly. You don't see people much in this game, so it's very nice to actually talk to anyone. So when you get your chance, let him talk, enjoy their interactions, because that's the last you'll see of most people. And trust me, he has no reaction to the fact that there's nobody here. Maybe because it's a snowstorm, but who knows. Anyway, with that, we are gone. You can check the game out yourself. I highly think you should if you have the Wii. And as always, reviewcell.webs.com. Donate to 6L Research.
Fine.
The human brain is a delicate thing, Harry. Need to get you checked out.
Yeah.
My dad thought he was tough. He got hit on the head by a punk resisting arrest. He was never the same after that.